People often believe that the strongest person in the room is the loudest one. They imagine strength as the ability to win every argument, answer every insult, expose every enemy, and make everyone recognize their value. But the Stoics saw something entirely different. They believed that true strength begins at the exact moment you stop needing to prove that you are strong. Look carefully at the world around you. Every day, countless people surrendered their peace over words that were never worth hearing, opinions that were never worth considering, and conflicts that were never worth entering. Their emotions become property that anyone can purchase for free. One sarcastic comment destroys their mood. One rejection makes them question their identity. One moment of disrespect sends them into days of silent anger. They are not defeated by their circumstances. They are defeated by their reactions. This is why drama spreads so easily. It feeds on attention. It survives because people willingly offer their emotions as fuel. Every argument requires two participants. Every manipulation requires someone willing to react. Every insult hopes to awaken pride. Without your emotional participation, many conflicts die before they even begin. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern psychology continues to confirm. Most suffering is not created by events themselves. It is created by the stories we attach to those events. Two people experience the same insult. One carries it for years, replaying it in endless conversations with himself. The other hears it, examines it, and lets it disappear like smoke carried away by the wind. The difference is not luck. The difference is discipline. Imagine carrying a glass of water. At first it feels light. Hold it for an hour and your arm begins to ache. Hold it all day and the pain becomes unbearable. The weight never changed. Only the length of time you chose to carry it did. Resentment works the same way. Criticism works the same way. Regret works the same way. The burden grows because you refuse to set it down. One of the greatest misunderstandings about Stoicism is the belief that it teaches emotional suppression. It does not. Stoicism teaches emotional mastery. It asks you to observe your emotions without becoming their servant. Anger may knock at your door, but you do not have to invite it inside. Fear may whisper in your ear, but you do not have to obey its commands. Sadness may visit your heart, but you do not have to surrender your future to its presence. This distinction changes everything. Consider the life of Marcus Aurelius. History remembers him as an emperor, but he spent much of his reign surrounded by war, disease, betrayal, and political instability. The empire was threatened from outside, while corruption lingered within. If anyone had reason to become consumed by anxiety or bitterness, it was him. Yet in his private reflections, he repeatedly returned to a simple principle. Your mind belongs to you unless you willingly give it away. Notice how revolutionary that idea remains. Today, your phone vibrates with a negative message. Someone criticizes your work online. A colleague speaks behind your back. A family member misunderstands your intentions. None of these events possess the power to control your inner world unless you grant them permission. The prison door is often unlocked. We simply refuse to walk out because we believe someone else holds the key. The world constantly encourages reaction because reaction is profitable. Outrage captures attention. Conflict creates engagement. Emotional instability keeps people distracted from building meaningful lives. Entire industries thrive by convincing you that every opinion deserves your immediate response. But the Stoic quietly steps aside. Instead of asking, "How do I make them understand me?" the Stoic asks, "Why do I need their understanding to remain peaceful?" Instead of asking, "How do I silence my critics?" the Stoic asks, "Why should their voices become louder than my own conscience?" Instead of asking, "How do I win this argument?" the Stoic asks, "Will winning this argument improve my character?" These questions expose an uncomfortable truth. Many battles continue not because they matter, But because our ego refuses to leave without collecting a victory, ego is one of the most sophisticated traps ever created. It disguises itself as justice when it is actually pride. It disguises itself as confidence when it is actually insecurity. It whispers that every slight must be answered, every insult corrected, every misunderstanding explained. But wisdom recognizes that not every invitation deserves acceptance. Imagine a stranger walking through a crowded marketplace, shouting accusations at everyone passing by. Would you stop your entire day to defend yourself against someone clearly seeking attention? Probably not. Yet people do exactly this in their daily lives whenever they surrender hours of peace to anonymous opinions, petty gossip, or pointless conflict. Your attention is your greatest currency. Every minute spent feeding unnecessary drama is a minute stolen from building the life you actually desire. This is why silence often becomes more powerful than speech. Silence confuses those who expected anger. Silence frustrates those who expected revenge. Silence protects energy that would otherwise be wasted proving something to people who already decided not to. Understand, there is remarkable strength in becoming emotionally unavailable to chaos. Notice that emotional unavailability is not emotional coldness. It is not indifference toward people who genuinely matter. It is the disciplined refusal to let insignificant events dictate your emotional climate. You still love deeply. You still care sincerely. You still serve generously. But you no longer allow random disturbances to steer the direction of your mind. The Stoics compared the disciplined person to a fortress built upon solid stone. Storms arrive without invitation. Rain falls against the walls. Winds shake the towers. Yet the foundation remains untouched because it was constructed before the storm ever appeared. Your daily habits become that foundation. Discipline is not built during moments of crisis. Crisis merely reveals the discipline that already exists. If your peace depends on everyone behaving kindly, then your peace was never stable. If your confidence depends on universal approval, then your confidence belongs to the crowd instead of yourself. If your happiness depends entirely upon favorable circumstances, then your happiness will forever remain vulnerable. This realization can initially feel uncomfortable because it removes every excuse. Suddenly, there is no villain responsible for your emotional life. There is only your response. That responsibility may appear heavy at first, but it eventually becomes liberating. When you realize your reactions belong to you, something extraordinary happens. You stop trying to control everyone else. You stop exhausting yourself attempting to manipulate outcomes beyond your reach. You begin investing energy where it actually creates transformation. This is the famous Stoic principle, known as the Dichotomy of Control. Some things belong to you. Some things never will. Your thoughts belong to you. Your choices belong to you. Your integrity belongs to you. Your discipline belongs to you. Other people's opinions do not. Their emotions do not. Their approval does not. Their gossip does not. Their expectations do not. Confusion begins whenever we reverse these categories. We obsess over changing minds that are not ours, while neglecting the habits that actually belong under our authority. The Stoics would ask a brutally simple question: why suffer over what was never yours to command? Imagine trying to order the weather. Imagine becoming furious because winter arrived instead of summer. Imagine shouting at the ocean because waves refused to stop crashing against the shore. Everyone would recognize the absurdity immediately. Yet many people spend decades demanding emotional weather from other human beings. They demand perfect fairness. Perfect loyalty. Perfect understanding. Perfect appreciation. Perfect consistency. Then they feel shocked whenever imperfect people behave imperfectly. Wisdom expects reality instead of fantasy. This expectation does not create pessimism. It creates resilience. When disappointment arrives, you recognize it as part of the human condition instead of interpreting it as personal betrayal by the universe. There is enormous freedom hidden inside realistic expectations. You no longer need every conversation to end perfectly. You no longer need every relationship to last forever. You no longer need every opportunity to succeed immediately. Instead, you measure success differently. Did you remain honest? Did you remain disciplined? Did you remain kind without becoming weak? Did you preserve your integrity? If the answer is yes, then external outcomes lose much of their power over your emotional state. This mindset explains why genuinely formidable people rarely appear desperate. They move with patience because they are anchored internally instead of externally. Their identity is not negotiated through public opinion. Their confidence does not fluctuate according to applause. The world often mistakes this for mystery. In reality, it is simply self-possession. One fascinating characteristic shared by many exceptional individuals throughout history is their willingness to disappear. While others demanded constant visibility, while everyone else chased recognition, they pursued preparation. While everyone else argued publicly, they refined themselves privately. While everyone else competed for attention, they developed substance. This is the quiet power of strategic scarcity. The person who constantly explains every decision gradually loses authority because everything becomes available for public debate. The person who reveals every future plan invites unnecessary criticism before meaningful progress even begins. The person who broadcasts every ambition often receives the emotional reward before completing the actual work, weakening motivation itself. The Stoics understood that silence protects potential. Seeds grow beneath the earth before anyone celebrates the harvest. Mountains form over ages without announcing each layer of stone. Character develops in privacy, long before the world recognizes its presence. There is profound wisdom in allowing your actions to introduce you instead of your promises. Consider how often people announce transformations before living them. They declare new discipline while old habits remain untouched. They proclaim emotional maturity while reacting to every insult. They speak endlessly about success instead of quietly building it. Words create temporary impressions. Actions create permanent evidence. This is why the Stoic becomes increasingly selective with speech, not because silence appears mysterious, because unnecessary explanation consumes energy that could become action. You are not obligated to defend every decision. You are not obligated to correct every misunderstanding. You are not obligated to respond to every accusation. Sometimes your greatest statement is the life you continue building despite the noise surrounding it. Imagine how much emotional energy becomes available once you stop rehearsing imaginary arguments inside your mind. Imagine how much creative focus returns once you stop checking whether everyone approves of your direction. How much peace emerges once your self-worth no longer depends upon being correctly understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. This is what it means to become untouchable. Not physically untouchable, not socially untouchable, emotionally untouchable. Your peace becomes difficult to steal because it is no longer stored inside other people's hands. That does not mean life becomes painless. Loss will still arrive. Failure will still appear. People you trusted may disappoint you. Dreams may collapse. Unexpected hardships may interrupt your plans. Stoicism never promised immunity from suffering, but it promised freedom from unnecessary suffering. There is a tremendous difference. Pain enters every human. Life. Drama requires participation. One is inevitable, the other is optional. Most people never notice this distinction because they confuse emotional reaction with emotional necessity. The Stoic notices the space between stimulus and response. Inside that space exists freedom. Inside that freedom exists character. Inside that character exists a kind of peace that no argument, no insult, no betrayal, and no public opinion can permanently destroy. And once you experience that kind of inner stability, the chaos of the world begins to lose its hypnotic power. Asterisk people often imagine that becoming untouchable means building walls so high that no one can reach them. They assume it requires becoming cold, distant, or emotionally numb. But the Stoics would have rejected this entirely. A wall isolates. A disciplined mind liberates. The goal is not to stop feeling. The goal is to stop being ruled by what you feel in moments when wisdom should be leading instead. This is where the greatest battle of your life truly begins. It is not against difficult people. It is not against unfair circumstances. It is not against the chaos of the world. It is against the version of yourself that still craves immediate satisfaction, instant revenge, endless validation, and effortless comfort. Every day this inner opponent whispers the same dangerous suggestions. Answer that insult immediately. Show them they were wrong. Make sure everyone knows your side of the story. Prove your worth. React now. The voice always demands urgency because impulse cannot survive careful reflection. The Stoics knew that time is one of the greatest allies of wisdom. An emotional decision made in 10 seconds can create consequences lasting 10 years. A single message written in anger can destroy a relationship that took decades to build. One reckless response can permanently reshape a reputation that required years of discipline to earn. This is why self-control is not merely a moral virtue. It is a practical advantage. Imagine two archers preparing to release an arrow. The first fires immediately, driven by excitement. The second waits, breathes, studies the wind, steadies the hand, and only then releases. Which arrow is more likely to reach its target? Life rewards the second archer far more often than the first. Patience is not inactivity. It is controlled action. That distinction separates the wise from the merely reactive. Many people spend their lives trying to eliminate obstacles, believing peace will finally arrive once every problem disappears. Yet the Stoics understood something far more profound. Obstacles are not interruptions to the path. They are the path itself. Every disappointment trains patience. Every betrayal sharpens discernment. Every failure develops resilience. Every setback reveals hidden weaknesses that comfort would have kept invisible. Without resistance, strength remains theoretical. A sword that never strikes anything cannot prove its sharpness. A sailor who never encounters storms never learns true navigation. A mind that never faces adversity never discovers its own depth. This is the heart of amor fati, the love of fate, not passive acceptance, not pretending suffering is pleasant, but recognizing that every experience carries raw material for transformation. When something painful happens, most people ask, why? Is this happening to me? The Stoic asks, what can this teach me? One question creates helplessness. The other creates power. Notice that this shift does not change the event itself. It changes your relationship with the event, and that relationship determines whether hardship becomes your prison or your teacher. There is another habit that quietly steals peace from countless lives: the endless comparison with others. Modern life makes comparison almost unavoidable. Every day you see carefully selected moments from other people's lives. Their victories appear effortless. Their happiness seems constant. Their success looks immediate. Meanwhile, you compare those polished highlights to your private struggles. The result is predictable. You begin running a race that was never yours. The Stoics refused this game entirely. They measured progress against yesterday's version of themselves, not against strangers. Ask yourself honestly, if no one could witness your success, would you still pursue excellence? If the answer is yes, your motivation is rooted in character. If the answer is no, your motivation has become dependent upon an audience. External validation is one of the most addictive substances in existence because it never provides lasting satisfaction. Every compliment creates hunger for another. Every achievement raises expectations for the next one. Every moment of recognition fades quickly, demanding a larger performance to recreate the same feeling. Character works differently. Integrity compounds, discipline compounds, wisdom compounds. No. Audience is required. No applause is necessary. The reward exists within the practice itself. This is why the truly formidable individual often appears remarkably calm. Their emotional economy is different. They do not spend energy chasing approval that disappears tomorrow. They invest it in qualities that cannot be taken away by changing opinions. Think about the people who have left the deepest impression on history. Very rarely were they remembered because they won every argument. They were remembered because they refused to abandon their principles when arguments surrounded them. Reputation is built by consistency. Character is revealed by consistency. Peace is protected by consistency. Every small decision matters. Each morning, you choose whether your attention belongs to purpose or distraction. Each afternoon, you choose whether your emotions belong to reason or impulse. Each evening, you choose whether today's mistakes become tomorrow's excuses or tomorrow's lessons. These choices seem insignificant in isolation. Together, they become destiny. The untouchable person is not created by one extraordinary moment of courage. They are created by thousands of ordinary moments of discipline that no one else ever notices. They choose to read while others endlessly scroll. They choose to listen while others compete to speak. They choose to improve while others complain. They choose silence where ego demands noise. Over months, these invisible decisions produce visible transformation. Eventually, something remarkable happens. The same situations that once disturbed you begin to lose their influence. An insult arrives, but it finds no anger waiting to receive it. A delay occurs, but impatience no longer controls the moment. Someone succeeds before you, yet envy no longer poisons your gratitude. Chaos continues to exist around you, but it no longer exists within you. This is not because life became easier. It is because you became stronger. The world has always been full of drama, and it always will be. People will continue projecting their fears, competing for attention, misunderstanding intentions, chasing status, and arguing over matters that will be forgotten within days. You cannot eliminate that reality. You can choose whether to become part of it. Every morning presents the same quiet decision. Will you guard your attention? Will you protect your peace? Will you strengthen your character? Or will you surrender your inner world to whatever happens outside you? The answer to those questions shapes far more than your mood. It shapes your entire life. The Stoics remind us that no one can force us to become bitter. No one can compel us to abandon virtue. No one can truly steal our peace without our cooperation. That realization is both humbling and empowering. It removes excuses. It restores responsibility. It returns authority over your life to the one place it has always belonged, your own mind. So the next time someone attempts to provoke you, remember that every reaction is a choice. The next time life places an obstacle in your path, remember that obstacles often conceal the greatest opportunities for growth. The next time you feel overlooked or misunderstood, remember that your value has never depended upon public recognition. Stand firm when others become frantic. Remain silent when others become reckless. Stay disciplined when others seek comfort. Continue forward when others surrender to discouragement. The strongest presence in any room is rarely the loudest. It is the person whose peace cannot be purchased by praise, whose confidence cannot be shaken by criticism, whose discipline remains intact without supervision, and whose character does not change with circumstances. Become That person, not for admiration, not for influence, not for status, become. That person because every step toward self-mastery is a step away from unnecessary suffering, in a world addicted to drama. Your greatest advantage is not learning how to win every conflict, it is becoming someone who no longer needs conflict to prove their strength. That is what it truly means to be untouchable. And once your peace is anchored in wisdom rather than circumstance, may continue to rage around you, but it will no longer rule the kingdom within.